But what is required from you is to turn back to him, and that's what we need to talk about next. But this part is extremely important because this is what we are all waiting for, or what we should be waiting for, and preparing for. And this is why I continue to talk about this subject, though unfortunately there are many who are trying to censor me or discourage me. My hope is not in pleasing men. I am about serving our Father, and I am all about keeping Israel focused on the promises and the blessings, and teaching the true Gentiles who seek Yahweh in truth and follow the light of Messiah.
Yeah,
I'm all about showing them
it's working. It's working.
The world.
Did you get to get you some?
No, I didn't order me none yet. I'm still waiting. I'm just, look, I'm watching everybody else.
Well, it's working. And then I talked to this girl yesterday. She lost 75 pounds on it.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I was like, she was telling me like I needed to increase my protein. That if I increase my
heard about the protein.
Yeah, she told me I'd lose more. So I'm gonna I'm drinking that Fairlife this morning on the way here. I'm drinking that Fairlife. So I'm gonna start. And she was telling me something about some pills, protein pills, which I've never even heard of protein pills.
I never heard of that either.
So, but I'm trying to drink I'm gonna try to drink a couple of the protein shakes. Because she was like, try to get your protein up to about 100.
100?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, that's a lot.
That's what I said. I was like, I don't know if I can.
What was your protein at before?
I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure. But yeah, she's like, get your protein up.
Right.
That'll help you to drop it off better.
That's what she just got done telling me. She said that she I said I asked what she said I guess the nurse lady was telling her she needs
Well, Rita, you look like you done lost more weight. I'm sorry.
I probably did. I all I'm doing is fast. I got a colonoscopy coming up. So I've been trying to get my they get you taking that stuff, and I wanted to get myself in order. I can take the stuff that they say just because I think that stuff is for people who like eat every day. Who like you know what I'm saying? So I eat a little different, so I said, well, what I'll do is I'll just do some maybe some 12, 14, 16 hour fast days and to prepare, and then as it get closer, because you do it on Thursday, and I said from then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and break it down to a to like a full maybe water fast or something like that. That's what my mind is saying, and then I'll get the medication that they told me to do, and get ready for Thursday. I don't know, I'm just doing that part a little bit differently. I'm going to do what they told me to do, but I'm going to do a little extra maybe to cleanse out more of my colon, which I know it will, because that stuff, I think it does what it's supposed to do for them to do the test. But our intestines is super long. Mm-hmm. So I might as well just do a little extra to kind of clear out a little bit more. That's just me. I take anything I have going on as a reason.
Yeah. Well,
as a reason to fast or do whatever. I'm like, I got to get this done. Let me go ahead and fast. Let me go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get you getting the color, right?
Yeah. So I need to cover all my gray. So those little lipstick pencils I've been using, they don't do the job. And then I need a touch up.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, and I cut you off. So what was you saying? The lady told you about protein?
She said that protein should be. They told her to increase her protein also.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Yeah.
As always, I want to thank all who donated.
That's what they told her to do. So I told her. I said, well, I asked her. I said, have you heard about or thought about doing protein shakes?
Yeah.
And that's what she was telling me that she was. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Ricky, Paul, Daniel. Yes, I took a shower today, Daniel.
You can just click a button in this
I wish I could see that. He said you take a shower today. He said there's a spider on the curtain. Where? Girl. These people people seeing stuff. I don't even know what they see, but we're gonna get your color started first,
Okay.
and then we're gonna. Yep. Okay, I see your gray coming through a little bit.
It's on the sides. I've been using one of those that I'm worried about. I've been using, those
This
lipstick
blends
like
so
things,
well. It blends very well. Like I don't see any of your extensions when you go through your hair.
Yeah, you did a good job. I was telling the girl yesterday because she lost a lot of her hair and she's wearing wigs. And I said, look, my girl could hook you up.
She lost some of her hair because of what she's doing?
No, she has like some stuff wrong with her. Like she has autoimmune disease. She has so she has a few things wrong with her. She's not doing it right now. She did it a couple of years ago when it was only like $25.
Oh, okay.
A dose.
Okay.
So, but she was $350.
Okay.
And she's $275 now. So
yeah. So how long has she been doing it for?
You know what? How long did she tell me she did it for?
It's been
what? She did it like a year or something like that.
Oh, she's been taking the shot for a year.
Yeah, she took it like
that's a long time.
Yeah. Well, she said, was it a year?
How much is she paying for it now since she got it for that price back then?
She's not on it right now.
Oh, okay.
She's not on it right now. She said she was saying back in the day, she said she was getting ready to get back on it now. But she said back in the day, before it was popular, I guess they were kind of doing like a trial to see, not like a clinical trial, but basically where they were basically giving it away to see how well it worked on weight.
So she fell into that. Okay.
So she said for a while, she said it was only $25. There was a coupon like they have now, but the coupon was for $25.
Dang, what happened them days?
Thank you.
Now that we know the shot works.
Working, now they want to charge $1,200 for it. Yep.
Y'all already rich. The pharmacists, don't get me wrong though. I guess they use that money. Hopefully they use that money to
do more research.
Yeah.
But she said then it went up to, she was paying when she finished, it was like $250.
Okay,
and it was getting too expensive for her. That's why she stopped. I was like, well, shit, you should have kept on while it was $250 because now, even with the coupon, it's $550. So
that's true.
And I emailed
we're mixing up some color here, y'all.
Okay, no, you're fine. I emailed my doctor to ask her to put in the prescription because you got to go directly to them. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I saw that.
I'm so glad you sent me that.
What did did you send it to them?
To my doctor.
Yeah, I sent it to my doctor too.
Yeah. So I'm so glad you sent me. Thank you so much because I never would have known.
When I seen it, it was on the commercial. It was on not commercial. It was on the news. It was on the news that Eli Lilly. Yeah. That Eli Lilly was creating a cheaper version of the weight loss shot. They were creating it so that it doesn't come in the EpiPen, but
you can get it and you didn't.
You can get
because I was like
but it's higher.
Yeah.
It's more expensive. It's still cheaper than what you pay, but it is higher.
It's gonna save me $150.
Yeah, so you can do the regular needle, and that saves you like almost $200.
Is it? I didn't even look at. I just automatically put the pen.
Oh,
I didn't even look for.
They had it with the vial and the needle.
Yeah, they did.
Now that was cheaper.
That's
cheaper. Yeah, that was cheaper.
So I was doing the HGC shot.
That was a needle, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember those.
I just assumed they were the same price.
Nope. They're two different prices.
Oh, then I might have to. She gonna get mad at me.
But then again, one was 2.5, and one was. They had two different doses too. They had a 2.5
and I think a 5
and a 5. And I think the 5 is what a lot of people are doing. They saying the 2.5 is like not a waste of money, but like not really helping.
I'm on 2.5 right now.
Okay. Oh, so 2.5 is doing something.
It's been working for like I haven't been hungry or anything yet. So that's what she had said. She was like, okay, let's try 2.5 for a couple of months, and before we move you up to 5.
Yeah, because I think there's a whole thing. I think they move up like a lot. Like they move up a lot.
They say stay on what you're, if the dosage you're on is working, they say try to stay on it for as long as you can. Now that girl says she went up as high as 7.5.
What?
But she said 7.5 had her so sick she
Yeah.
couldn't function.
And I heard there's like a 8.
Oh, is there?
Yep, I heard there's an 8.
I was gonna open up.
But I don't think I would want to go that high because once you're off of that medication,
Yeah,
you gotta you by yourself at that point,
I'm like, I'm not hungry right now. So if I go up any higher, I'm not gonna be eating at all. I barely eat now.
Right. If the 2.5 is go back on that website, you'll see.
Yeah, that's where I'm
the
going.
2.5 is working. I think it's $3.99.
Yeah, that was what.
For the 2.5, it's like $3.99.
We're run by stupid people. Stupid.
He is such a. He is such an idiot. Oh, it's okay. I got a pocket here. He is such an idiot.
Did he say that recently?
Probably. He is such an idiot. I just can't understand how people follow this man so blindly. I mean, anything he say. Are you a Trump supporter?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Girl, I don't support none of it.
Okay.
I laugh at it because it's like,
I just don't.
Okay. I mean, he just say whatever's on top of his head. And some people do like the fact that he says stuff off the top of his head. Because he's not politically correct.
Yeah, which that I don't mind. It's the fact that he just rambles. He doesn't ever get to a point.
Well, yeah, it would be good if he had a. Yeah, that would be nice if he talked and it made sense.
Yeah, he just rambles and he starts.
You know who he reminded me of that used to do that. George Bush Jr. used to do that.
Did he?
Girl.
Well, see, I never followed politics. He's the one that's always in the news.
Girl, he would get off track. And he would not follow that he wouldn't follow. George Bush wouldn't do it. The junior wouldn't. And and then he got that southern accent. And he'll just get to saying whatever's on the top of his head. It was so funny to watch because he was just being real. He was just being real.
That's him, but he doesn't ever get to any kind of you ask him one question and he goes on a tantrum about something else, and then
don't ask him how we paying for it. Girl, how we gonna pay for what you're talking about? Girl, that goes off.
Yeah, everything. I'm just and everybody just love him.
Yeah, he goes off. He goes off.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're listening to church service, aren't you?
Who?
Oh, you. I thought you were listening to church. Oh, I thought you were on your headphones.
No, girl. I'm just making our video here, and then just got the news on.
Oh, okay. I thought you were straight up. Because this.
No, I've been up since.
Hi, so and so. Hi, so and so. Hi, so and so.
No, that's here and that's here.
Oh.
No, that's here. That's the people who are tuning in to watch me do your color.
Oh, that's so cool.
They were saying hello good this morning.
I straight up thought you were
like on one of those calls. Yeah.
So I was like,
no, I haven't really found a church home that fits my beliefs. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So I just do my own studying at home, until I can. I mean, I might not never find one, but I'm yeah.
That's me. I don't even. I'm like.
It's not like I'm against it. I'm not against it, but I just don't want to.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't want to do all that if I'm not. Not to say if you don't believe one part of what I believe, then that's like a total no. That's not even the case either. But it's almost like it's too much. This goes against what I'm believing. And I'm just like, okay, well, if there's that much going against it, I'm cool. You ain't the one.
I just do I'm like you. I do my own reading. I do my own prayers. I don't know. I've had issues with so many different churches.
Yeah.
The way,
they have,
like you said, what they teach,
their whole documentary. Exactly, like it's not matching up.
Yeah, so.
And I ain't about to start my own church. His word is there, and that's what it's there for me to do. So studying and everything. And I do have like other Christ believing friends and family members. So
me too.
I congregate and socialize with them. Like we're doing now, right now.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Thank you so much. September is off to a blistering start in the
And
West. Millions this weekend
like some people have found their church home, but that's good for them. It just ain't been for me.
Yeah.
So far, the
That's the
flames
way I
sparked
feel.
evacuations for more than 500 homes and
Oh,
scorched more than
I didn't even brush
7,000
my hair. I
acres.
didn't do
Let's check
nothing
in
to
with
my
the CBS
head.
meteorologist,
Sorry.
Andrew Kozak, for more.
Oh, girl, my husband told me to tell. He said, "Tell Lovey I said thank you again. I really enjoyed my."
Girl, we had
I said,
so
I know.
much fun. Oh my gosh, Serge was like, they are amazing. I was like,
Oh,
I
that's so
said,
sweet. Oh, that's so sweet.
yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed that. So if you guys don't mind, we would really like to do it again.
Yes, girl. All we gotta do is get that calendar out. You know how me and you do.
Mm-hmm.
We get that calendar out. We get the scheduling some stuff.
I'm like, we laughed so hard. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it is definitely good to get out the house.
So good.
And it's hard to get my husband out the house.
Well, it was so good, and him and Serge had a whole different conversation.
Girl, didn't they
Because
though?
I was just like, I didn't hear y'all talking about that. He was like, yeah. So they had talked about Africa and how things were over there, and I was like, I didn't hear none of that.
Right, because girl, we was in our own world.
Yep. I was like, I did not hear a bit of your conversation.
But that's good that they could talk like that,
yeah.
and have something to even talk about.
Exactly. They found something that they could actually have a conversation about, and like there was no lapse in time, no quiet moments,
That's true.
And girl, we were still rolling when we got home about y'all in that dang raccoon.
Girl, that was crazy, wasn't it? And you know what? I left the cameras up, so I still haven't had any activity. None. So I'm gonna bring the cameras down and relocate them in another area.
So he hasn't found his way back. So
no, he has not. And then that just tell me too that there was no more in there.
Yeah.
Because I sure was nervous about that.
They travel in a pack.
Exactly.
Be like a little family of them or whatever.
The capsule was empty. Astronauts
So
Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams are still on the International Space Station. And
this whole space thing is tripping me out.
Isn't that crazy, girl?
How do you take a trip and then all of a sudden that trip turn into like how does that happen?
Supposed to be gone for a weekend. Now they changed that stuff to years. I'm like,
right.
They're not supposed to get back until next year.
They said, they said the trip for 2 weeks turned into 9 months.
Yeah.
I was like, where they do that at?
I'm like, I'd be like, y'all gotta come get me. Y'all can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, do they have enough food? What's going,
Right. Did they pack enough food? They're gonna be skinny. They said they're gonna have to readjust the walking and gravity.
And then I'm like, water and all that stuff. I'm like, no, y'all need to come get me.
The way we had planned it. Astronauts Butch Wilmore and
see, you can't. They planning some stuff, but see, they seem to be in good spirits. I think they're talking to them still a little bit.
Yeah.
Off the return flight. Despite Boeing's insistence, the ship was safe.
Oh gosh, it was Boeing. Lord have mercy.
Flight is not easy. Their 8-day mission.
Boeing got me so scared. Everything going wrong with what they make.
Right.
We'll taxi them home next February. Have you talked to Sonny and
all right, so we do a colorful one.
Yes, we have spoken. They're doing great. NASA astronaut Frank Rubio can relate to delayed homecomings. In 2022, the Soyuz capsule sprung on the
now, as far as your
mission turned into more than a year.
relaxer, you just need looks like you just need a small touch of
Yeah,
anything.
just
you
a
don't
little
need
bit.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll let this sit.
You just have to kind of dedicate and rededicate yourself.
It was mainly like the edge, like with my color was definitely just all the edges, like up front and sides was where I was seeing it. I think back here, like
back in the corner,
was needing it for coloring and stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not very much.
Yeah.
Let me get that together there. Yeah, they hoping for the astronauts.
Yeah, that's crazy. You got me stuck up in space, freaking 9 months. I'd be panicking my butt off.
Exactly.
9 teams will play outside the U.S. at games in
Need some
England,
serious
Germany, and
mental,
Brazil. The first international matchup this season took
some
place
therapy
in
when I
Sao
get
Paulo
back.
last night between the Philadelphia
Right,
Eagles
right,
and Green Bay
right.
Packers. CBS's
I would
Nicole
need
Morgan
some because
was there.
you're not with people for so long.
Yeah.
They traveled thousands of miles to be here.
It's like you see the damage COVID did to people.
Exactly.
Sure. Being cooped up. And girl, what is up with that Georgia stuff now? Another school shooting.
That was what was his name? That was a child. He was literally a child, 14.
Old.
And do you know that was his second day at that school? Like he didn't like go to that school.
Oh, are you serious?
Yep. His family had moved him.
Wow.
And because he was being bullied at another school or something to that effect.
Man, that is just crazy.
Yeah, he was being bullied.
Second internationally, only to Mexico.
What is it
That
about
is just
American
straight up
football
crazy.
that Brazilians enjoy?
I think that the tactics.
Yeah, he was being bullied, and the part that gets me is the fact that the father and the son were interviewed by the FBI. In April of 2023.
Oh, dang.
Interview, girl.
And he would have been only like.
And then they played clips of the father's interview. He said if I would have known, he said all I got in my house is some hunting rifles. Okay, that's all he said. That's all he had. Yep, and then from there that turned into him denying that even happened or that his son was online saying those type of things. And girl, next thing I know, from there, Christmas comes around and he buys him an AR-14. Who does that? Who buys their son? Now lets the son use his father's credit card, and the father just kind of vouched like, okay, go ahead, yeah. You know, but he still bought it.
I'm sorry, because you got to see your credit card bill.
That's
so
true.
When you saw your credit card bill, you should have took that gun from that kid and took it back then if that was the case. No, he bought that gift.
He did.
He bought that.
He said he bought it as a Christmas present. And then the sad part about it is he said, when we talk about school shootings, we talk about now you got me wondering what kind of conversation was already happening. Was the conversation, they keep messing with you. You gonna be the next school shooter.
Yeah.
And now you in jail. Girl, did you see his mug shot? He looks so pathetic.
No, cause I everything I get is usually just off my news feed. I'll look and
read
stuff.
Let me see if I can find it, girl, because his mug shot had a look of damn. I mean, that's literally how he looked. He looked like, because when they arrested them last two parents. Remember those last two parents?
Mm-hmm.
But their son was 15 or 16. And when they arrested the last two parents, I gotta search it here. School shooting. That set the bar. Even when the 6-year-old had shot his teacher, remember that?
No,
that was. I think that might have been here. And when the 6-year-old brought the gun and shot his teacher and messed up her hand.
Oh my God.
And they held that parent accountable.
Yeah, well, should have been.
So, let me see.
Because how the heck is a 6-year-old getting his hand on a gun?
Exactly. I'm trying to see what. Okay, so here's this is the father. This is the son.
That's the son.
Yeah, this is the son.
Which at first I thought was a girl. I was like, dang, it was a girl shooting.
Yeah, I thought it was too. But it wasn't a girl. He's a boy. And let me see if they show the father on this one.
14-year-old alleged shooter in Wednesday's deadly attack at a high school in Georgia and his father are both still in custody tonight following their initial court appearances and separate hearings.
Where's his mom?
She in jail.
Oh, Lord.
The mama in jail for drug trafficking, drug possession. She had some fentanyl or something.
You know that dad probably encouraged him to go do that.
There you go.
Listen, as the judge in Winder, Georgia, went over the charges against him.
I want to make sure that you are aware that you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything at all.
The teenager faces 4 counts of murder for Wednesday's shooting that killed 2 teachers and 2 students at Appalachia High School. The district attorney says his office expects to file more charges against the defendant in connection with the 9 people injured in the
Yep, because 9 people was
Shortly after
injured.
his son's hearing,
Fucking
54-year-old Colin Gray
There he
faced
go.
charges including second-degree murder.
He get the
and
same
felony
charges
manslaughter.
Good.
his son get.
Investigators believe he bought the AR-style rifle used.
Look at the gun. Look at the gun.
that appears
Girl,
to be
see,
in
that's
this
fucking,
video
oh my
as a gift
goodness.
for his son. The purchase was made in December and came after both of them.
Look at his
Look
face,
at it.
girl.
Uh-huh.
See, that's that look. Damn.
Yep.
The teen had not made
See?
any school shooting
That's just-
threats.
oh
CBS
my
News
gosh.
has obtained audio of that interview.
Hold on, they gonna play the audio? Look, there it is.
You didn't say anything like that. And I gotta take you at your word, and I hope you're being honest with me. I'm not saying you're lying, but it's not unusual for people to lie.
He's familiar
Back here at Appalachia High School,
See?
the second part
He claimed that the boy ain't never made no threat.
Uh-huh.
faculty, friends,
Just the fact that you got me on the radar, I'm about to
Thank you.
whoop your ass.
to those
And
Thank you.
and every gun in the house is about to be put up.
Gone, yeah.
Down. Is that your phone?
Yeah. I had to change it to a bullhorn because of the freaking hospital. They won't use the proper channel to get in touch with me.
Oh.
And 14-year-old Colt Gray sat and listened as the judge went over his
Yeah,
verdict.
sorry, last time I watched it, I did not pull stuff
Oh,
apart.
no,
Like the
that's
judge said, the maximum penalty that he can face if he's convicted is life and not the death penalty. The charges against his father, though, come 5 months after, if you remember, the parents of Ethan Crumley became the first parents in the United States.
See, that's them parents I was talking about.
In connection with a school shooting that their son carried out. That one was from Michigan, and it killed 4 students.
Just unreal. So you ain't even been in school long enough to make an enemy.
Not at this new
So
school.
what
Right,
they
so the
at?
people you shot, they don't
Yeah.
even know you.
They don't. Yep. And that one little black kid I was reading on him, he was on the spectrum. And his mom talked to him or he texted her and said, "I'm okay, Mom, I'm in the bathroom."
So if he was in the bathroom, how he get shot?
I don't know, he probably came out.
Oh, Lord. I would have
Because
said
he was on the spectrum. I would have been like, stay where you are.
right.
Half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of baking soda in water. Simply drinking it is a very quick way to swing back over.
Yeah.
Dang.
Alkaline.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Suffering and giving them quick relief.
Yeah, he texted her and said, "I'm okay, Mom, I'm in the bathroom." She got there with, I forget, some coworker or something was helping her trying to find him. And then they found out that he was
He
one of the
didn't make
victims.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness. Girl, she probably just collapsed.
Yeah. So the only thing, and she kept telling them that, like the cops and stuff, she's like, "I know he's okay because he texted me, said he was in the bathroom, but I just need to find him."
Dang.
Yeah.
Foods that are absolutely
Yeah.
crucial right now for boosting the immune system. We're going top to bottom.
Yeah.
moving
She
fast,
was
so answer
like,
questions.
she just knew her son was okay.
Yeah.
And so he must have left the bathroom. That's the only thing I can think of, because I don't know if the kid went in the bathroom and got him, because it didn't say that in the article. It didn't say where he was shot,
Right,
if he was in the hall or what.
This morning's proceedings. We're here for limited purpose this morning. I do want to note for everyone's benefit that there is, as everyone certainly is aware, considerable interest in what has occurred in our community in the last several days.
But they moved. They had moved. After that interview with the FBI, they moved.
Oh, did they?
Yep, they moved. That's how he was new to that school.
To allow,
And during the interview, he had told the FBI that he had been being bullied. His son had been being bullied.
certain limitations. And I just want everyone to know.
And if you knew your son was being bullied, how do you not know that he's feeling a certain way about
Thank
people
you.
at his school?
Thank you.
There is to be no filming or recording by any
Exactly.
public or any other individual other than those authorized specifically by the court.
And I cannot believe he bought this kid an AR-14.
Girl, an AR-14 is a powerful weapon.
Thank you.
It's a powerful weapon. And it's almost like too powerful for a 14-year-old. Why you didn't give that to him as a gift when he's 18?
It's too powerful for an adult. Nobody should have it. I'm like, oh my gosh. What do you need it for? It's not, you know what I mean? Like,
buy him a car or something. You know what I'm saying? Buy him a vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, do something that's going to help him in the. I don't know. I don't know how AR-14 is going to help him in the future.
That's what
I mean,
I'm
what
saying.
are going to have to do?
They don't even use it for hunting.
They don't, right? Because it'll tear the meat up. I mean, how you going to use it for a deer?
So what on earth do you need it for?
Girl, what they going to do? Just tear up and mutilate a deer?
You
ain't going to be able to eat the meat.
Thank you.
It's all blown up the bits.
I am all for, you have.
Unless you plan on going to the service or something.
But what do you need that kind of assault rifle for?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You use that weapon is for what he used it for.
But yeah, mass killings.
Yeah.
Even if it was an intruder in my house, it would have to be at least 10 intruders for me to use an AR-14.
Yeah.
Because then now you can shoot through the walls and just get everybody.
Right.
You know. But I mean, 9 times out of 10 intruders is going to be anywhere from 1 to 4.
Yeah.
And you got a clip that holds about 15 or 16 in a regular gun. So you still got a chance to defend yourself. But then again, you do have a right to have whatever kind of gun you want to have
that's true,
as an adult.
But thank you, as an adult. 14-year-old should not have that kind of gun.
Yeah, the firepower is too much.
Like,
but I tell you what, he wasn't ready to die.
No,
he wasn't ready to die.
Yep, that's why
he wasn't ready to die.
Yeah,
some of them other school shootings, they was ready to die.
They died. You know, they did
shot. Die. They were okay with dying. Because when he was confronted with somebody else with a gun, he dropped his. He dropped his gun. He dropped his gun.
Yeah.
The maximum penalty is that you could be punishable by death.
He dropped that gun.
Mm-hmm.
And put his hands up.
Yeah.
I'm looking like, oh, look at here.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to die, but you okay with killing other people.
Yeah. Good one.
You gonna be somebody's prison bitch. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, and at a young age, and they're not gonna. And see, when they charge you as an adult, you don't even have an opportunity to be in with even other juveniles are crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
We will file the appropriate motions if that becomes necessary.
You're gonna be in there with some hardcore criminals.
Hardcore criminals who gonna look at you as fresh meat.
Yeah.
And that's so sad.
Yeah.
But it's the truth.
Yeah. These kids need to realize what they're giving up.
He might go ahead and try. He might be on suicide watch. He might go ahead and just do something,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, like, the thought of being incarcerated, okay, with hardened criminals.
Yeah.
Is too much. Sometimes it's just too much.
There's no bond being requested, or unless you waive such a hearing. You have the right to a speedy and public trial.
It's just like, they don't understand what their side, that's what these little kids run around being thugs, and it's like, you don't understand the sacrifices that don't come with it.
That's so true, girl.
If you so choose.
It's like, I think, did I tell you my nephew's kid got killed up in Fort Wayne?
When was this?
It was like 3 or 4 months ago. No, I thought I told you about it.
I know you said something about.
Yeah, he's in college. He was a football star. He was on the rise. But his little brother, bad as hell.
Oh, okay.
And, yep, he's a straight up thug.
But these were the two that I met.
Yeah.
Because it was two boys. I remember that.
The oldest one got killed because the youngest one may have contributed to the death or participated somehow in the death of one of the other people that came and shot up their house. Because that's what happened. They came and shot up the house. And he came outside and ended up they both got shot. The older one ended up dying.
Oh, goodness.
And girl,
this ain't the Wild Wild West?
He had no remorse. The
younger one.
He was you know, like he didn't have to go to the funeral or anything because he was in the hospital because he got shot in the back and stuff.
Did he know his brother died at that time?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. And he was still talking about coming out getting revenge and all this other stuff.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it's like, dude, what is wrong with
Let
you?
it go. Let it go.
Don't you see the damage you have done? The grief and
Getting
pain.
revenge is probably gonna have them shoot up the house again.
Thank you.
Shoot up the house again to the point where someone innocent, a child or somebody who ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, good.
And that was his brother. He was just home from school that day, from college.
Is that? Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
On random, just home.
Yep.
And the bullet came through the house.
Well, I think he walked outside on the like he
You see what's going on?
Yeah. And got hit.
Dang.
He was in bed. He was in bed asleep.
What?
And the ruckus woke him up, and he went out. Yep.
And went outside.
Mm-hmm.
And the ruckus was some stuff that the younger brother had been going through.
Yeah.
This story is
Yeah.
It's the real reason he quit acting like over a decade.
And that was the thing. My nephew had them with him to try to keep them away from that. And the older brother heeded all that stuff. And the younger brother wanted the mom. The mom was like, you know, let my baby come home. Let my baby come home. And he was like, no, he's going to get into trouble there. Here, he's safe. He ain't in trouble. He's in a little small town.
Right. Wait. And all this happened in the small town?
No, all this happened in Fort Wayne.
Oh, when they was visiting the mom.
Yeah. No, he had moved back to the mom.
Okay.
Dad had, my nephew had him, like, he would take him off and on because she would lose control of him. And he would say, let him stay here with me forever until he, until he's old enough, because he kept him in check. He wasn't doing nothing bad under his watch.
Right.
And this last time, she wanted him back, and the son wanted to go back, obviously, because mom don't control him.
Right.
So he was like, well, you know what? If you do good with your grades and stuff, maybe. And he did good with his grades, and he was like, they kept, pressuring him to let him go. So finally, he was like, go on and go. And then that's what ends up happening.
That is so sad.
Yep, that's what ended up happening.
So there was already drama at the mama.
Yeah, constantly.
Before. Okay.
This has been ongoing since I don't even know how many years that he's been back and forth with, trying to keep them with him to keep them out of trouble.
Dang, he was trying.
And even now, he took them back. Well, they had to get special permission from his, because he was on parole. He had taken
the younger one was?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
He let him come back to Fort Wayne again, like a couple of years ago or whatever. And he takes a gun and threatens a teacher.
Oh, he's off the chain, girl.
Yeah.
He about that life.
Yeah. He just straight up thug. And so, the mom, so he had to get special permission from the parole people, because he was like, after the shooting, he wanted to take him back to, to our town in Arkansas. So, they got special permission from the parole officer. He took him back, and he was there doing good. And, just recently he turned 18, and he's like, you can't make me stay here.
Really?
So
where'd he go?
He went back to
the mother?
Yeah. So I guess it's been maybe 5 months, because I think it was in. I think it was in. It was either in April or May that it happened. Wow. It was before you did my hair, so okay. I think it was May.
I think did you go to the funeral?
Yeah.
I remember talking about a funeral. Yeah. I remember that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was all over the news.
It was all over the news. Was trying. The father was really trying to save his son.
Yep, he was.
And then he's fighting against the mother because sometimes his mother
don't make no sense, girl.
Yeah,
I'm like, your son needs,
How long? So they should have been with the father maybe at a younger age, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. Wow. It's like now you, and so they went last week. He came to town, and they went up to let me see, it might be Surge. He's driving back from Canada. Let me just tell him.
Okay.
Hey babe, I'm at Rita's. Are you on the road?
Yeah.
Say hi. Say
Hey,
hi.
hey, Serge.
Hi, Rita. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'll call you.
Oh, good.
I'll call you when I'm leaving.
All right, that's fine. I know you're sleeping.
No. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, what is it, 8 hours? How far is it?
He
8
got a
hours?
12-hour drive.
12. Oh, he got to go up inside Canada. He ain't right on the border.
Yeah, no, he's up in Ottawa, so they used to live 8 hours away.
Oh,
And
nice.
then they moved
Further in.
Yeah. So his parents are leaving, going back to Ukraine in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So he didn't want to go. I had to make him go.
He didn't want to go see him.
He's like, cause he's
Make him
annoyed
drive.
with his mom.
Oh.
You know, like
Enough is
because
enough.
she's come out of that country 4 different times, and like
The
right
Ukraine
now,
is very dangerous.
yeah,
now.
and right now they're striking close to their home. The last strike was only 4 hours away or 3 hours away, something like that, from their house. So I'm like, yeah, when they go back. So I told him, I said, you gotta go. I said, because you don't know what might happen when they
How
get
long
back
did he
there.
stay?
He just went there for a day, girl. He went there. He left there on Friday.
Girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you drive 12 hours?
Yeah.
And just, I mean, did he even stay 24
I
hours?
told him.
I don't even think he stayed 24 hours.
Yeah, he did. He got there Friday evening at like 5 or 6.
Okay.
And he just left this morning.
When was the last time he seen his sister?
It's been a year for both of them.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever been to Canada?
Oh yeah, I've gone a few times.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
They used to be over on the Vegas side, so we went there once up in Calgary. They were in Calgary.
Okay.
And then we went when they were in Toronto. And then I've gone when they've been to Ottawa. So I've been there like 3 times. Maybe 4. Maybe I went to Calgary twice. I can't remember.
Every time you cross the border, you gotta show your ID.
Yeah, you gotta show your ID. But you don't have to have a passport.
Oh, okay.
Now they have to have a passport to come across to us. They gotta have a visa. But we don't have to have not a visa, I'm sorry. They've got to show their Canadian citizenship, so they got to have a Canadian passport.
Okay, now I went and got the passport card.
Yeah.
I did go get the card. Because they said you can cross the border for Mexico and Canada with the card.
Yes.
And some of the islands with the card. So I was like, oh, okay, that ain't bad. And then I got the passport, but
yeah, I was like, you gotta have the passport because you've gone to Africa.
Yeah. But I just said, well, who wants to carry a book with you? You can just carry an ID card, just if you're going, to one of those other countries. I was like, wow. Oh wow, you're right. I'm glad you convinced him to go.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta go. And the mom, and this is what's so stupid. That's why he didn't want to go. So here's the mom's plan. She didn't like being there with the sister. So she really wants to come back to us.
Okay.
So, but she's afraid of hurting the sister's feelings. So she's like, we'll go back to to Ukraine. And then in a couple of months, we'll come back to you guys. And I'm just like, how much freaking sense does that make? Right. You're going to go back over into a war-torn zone. Just to come right back here.
Yeah.
And I was like, babe, what if that program ain't even available anymore? I said, if Trump,
there.
I told him, I said, I'm not doing another green card. I'm like, they have cost me $10,000 in green cards. I'm not spending no more money on a green card.
Yeah.
I was like, absolutely not. And I was like, and the process ain't gonna be overnight with the green card.
No, it is not.
So I was like, I was like, that is the dumbest crap
Right.
I have ever heard. And I said, if Trump go into office, that uniting for Ukraine ain't gonna be available. You know, because with the uniting for Ukraine, you can have them permission to travel in a
Okay.
day. So,
And I think the thing about because I think that Russia really wants Trump to be be president.
oh yeah, because if Trump president, they gonna go in there and blow them up and take over that land. So the only thing that's saving Ukraine right now is the fact that Biden is in office. But if Trump win that election, forget it.
Yeah, it's gonna be very difficult, and it's gonna be hard on the residents there. You know, it's gonna be really hard.
Well, I mean, they're already bombing apartments and buildings, and that's what I'm saying. The last apartment building that got bombed was 3 to 4 hours away from them, where they live.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's too close for comfort for me. I'm like, you have escaped that country 4 times since it's been a war zone, and here you are wanting to go back again. That's on you.
Mm-hmm.
You willing to take that risk? You shouldn't be asking nobody to get you back out of the country.
Well, you're right about that.
So he's mad at him. And he would not have gone if I had not. I'm like, those are your parents, and you have not seen them in a year. And you don't know what might happen between now and them trying to get back here again.
That's true. Anything can happen.
And I told him, I said, in all reality, I said financially, they're too much of a risk for us having them here. I said, in Canada, they have free insurance. I was like, here in America, everything is out of our pocket.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if something goes on, we've got to pay for it. They don't, like we signed the paperwork and we're responsible.
Okay.
And I'm like, your dad has an A-field. I said, and it's untreated. He doesn't want to take this. His mom doesn't want him taking the medicine, so the dad won't take the medicine. Girl, he lets his mom have too much control. The dad lets the mom have way too much control and too much say in everything.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't even let him eat, what was it? She wouldn't let him eat out tuna fish.
Tuna fish?
Yeah. Yeah. She said tuna fish was bad for him. And I was like, it's a fish. And it's not, like it was tuna fish out of the can or whatever. And she was like, no. So he wasn't allowed to eat that at the house. I was like, I'm sorry.
And did he listen to that?
Yeah. Well, the only time he's taken his medicine was when he was at our house. And that's because Serge kept it on his desk and would have him come in there in the morning and give it to him. When she could,
Wait a minute. She didn't want him to take medicine?
And the man has an active permanent A-field.
Wait a minute.
He is always in A-field.
Why is he listening to his wife?
Girl,
why?
I don't understand. And they sit there and talk about because she's deaf, is arguing with her is too hard. I'm like, no, it's not.
You
there would be no argument.
Yeah, she can keep on talking.
I'd write on paper in big letters, bitch, this is the way it is. And be done.
Because it's almost like you want me to get out of here soon.
Thank you.
Because that's not gonna happen. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, so I'm just like, this
when was the last
ridiculous.
time when did we put these in? I'm trying to
June.
June.
The end of June. Yeah.
Okay, so June. This is okay. So
these
are the extensions. These extensions have been in for almost 3 months. Mm-hmm. July, August, September. Yeah, so 3 months of new growth with the extensions. As you can see here, the extensions are doing well. They're still in. They're still hidden. It's 3 months of new growth. And the hair can, as y'all saw me relax, you can relax the new growth here at the scalp. Okay, it does not, and as you see I shampoo, it is not stuck inside of the extension at all. And the hair still looks really, really good, really clean. The extensions are still hidden. And this is 3 months old. So when I told y'all that this could last for 9 months, it's definitely doable.
Yeah, I've gone there.
9 months is definitely, and she's went 9 months before. So when you look at this, it's definitely possible for the hair to go longer periods of time uh, before you need to redo the extensions. So like I said, this is 3 months worth of new growth. 3 months. And it can be relaxed. So I just want y'all to see that, know that it's definitely possible. And you just have to choose the type of hair. And I have videos showing where we install these extensions uh, and how beautiful it looks. And this hair is human hair, 100% human, and it can be. We ironing this out straight, right?
We flat ironed it before.
Right, what are we doing
I
with
wasn't
that?
planning on you ironing it out, but if you need to for your
You
video,
always
that's
use
fine.
it. No, it don't matter. However you want to wear it, because you always wear it curly.
Yeah, I usually wear it curly.
Are
because
you?
I usually
That's
put
that
it
how
in a
you want to do it?
ponytail.
You want me to do the braid then, so
Yeah,
so that you can have that curliness. Okay, I'll do that and get you.
Are you sure? If you need to flat iron it to show
Now,
him,
it
that's
just
fine.
depends on how you want to roll for the week.
Oh, okay. No, then just leave it curly then.
Okay,
I
all right. So
want
we'll
to
just
help
get
you if you
prepped
need
up.
it.
Yeah, no, this is human hair and it can be worn all kind of ways. So that's good.
Yeah, because I put it up in a ponytail.
See, and 3 months worth of growth is a lot of growth, but a lot of people don't realize that 3 months worth of growth is possible, because most extensions you're taking them out, especially a sew-in, because it starts to get loose and that it's like one whole track that's kind of looking crazy. You know what I mean? Because you can feel it. The track is like right there and shifting and all that.
Okay, and the signal is raising up a little bit there. Something totally out of.
I'm just trying to see, because they arrested him the very next day, the father. Yeah, he got arrested the very next day. And then.
So the kid was online making statements about killing.
Yes, on a game, on one of those games. You know those games they can connect with? He was on one of those.
And so somebody turned me in and said, hey, this kid is making threats.
Yep, they did a tip.
Wow.
They did a tip. And when they did the tip, this just happened one day ago. Yeah, they did a tip. And when they did that tip, it was like that was it. Okay, so yeah, one day ago, meaning that it was they did the news and everything.
I just cannot believe he brought a 14-year-old an AR-14.
I think they were saying that the other guy, the 16-year-old, this is some detangler. I think they were saying that the 16-year-old that had the two parents, I think that they were saying that was their weapon. There was the parent, like the parents.
Yeah, he got
like
into it. Yeah, he got it from them. It wasn't like
they bought it for him.
Yeah.
Right. And the poor boy. So what are they doing at? The only thing I did like, those teachers said they had a device around their neck. Like I fallen and can't get up. All the teachers had it. Okay. They said they just got them a week ago.
Oh,
yeah.
dang,
and they hit the button, and the button tells them tell the police that there's an active school shooting.
Oh wow.
Yep. And they said they got the first button push at a certain time, and then they said that they got what happened next? They said they got 23 more button pushes. Around that same time, so everybody was pushing the button.
They need that in all the schools.
Exactly. They said they just got them a week ago.
Dang, yeah, they need those everywhere.
Could you imagine?
Yep.
That's what we forget giving the teacher a gun.
Thank you.
Give the teacher a device that will alert 911 if something's happening. Because even if one teacher who might be involved don't get to press the button, the other teachers will hear something and other teachers will push the button.
Yeah.
That's the part I'm talking about. And then they had school police, which is a good thing. But the school police, of course, they didn't. They talking about school police didn't get there till after the shooting. Well, that's going to be every case.
Mm-hmm.
Our regular police ain't going to get there till after the robbery. We don't get there till after the crime has actually happened.
front, cross-examine all witnesses. You have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf, testify in your own defense, if you so choose. As you
And they're gonna try to make an example out of these because they don't want these to continue to happen.
Yeah.
And I think you know what? If they have more parents
Held accountable.
And going to jail, and these parents are seeing other parents go to jail. Like his situation, he was just arrogant. He was arrogant, thinking that no, not my son. You know, and he didn't have to be like that. He didn't have to be like that. He should have said, "Wait a minute. What was the report? What did he say?
Thank you.
Hold
Girl,
on.
I would have been all.
Let me investigate this.
Thank you. I would have called my kid out and been like, is what he's saying true? And you better not lie.
Right. No, I never did. You never did. Then why they here? Why they looking at us?
Thank you. They wouldn't be here unless you did.
All right, and with that, this hearing is concluded. You may escort Mr. Beggett out.
Unfreaking believable.
But Mr. Gray, we mentioned a moment ago, I just need to correct a couple of things on the record. I correctly told you that's the penalty for the crimes for which you were charged. That's correct, except for the fact that you are under 18 years old.
Under 18.
So I wanted to inform you, make it clear to you, that the penalty for the crimes for which you are charged does not include it includes life without the possibility of parole.
So he ain't gonna get the death penalty because
he's under
I
18.
also wanted to inform you that the court
To me, shit, you trying him as an adult, that should hold true too. Shoot, because by the time he was to be sentenced, put to death, he'd be over. He'd be an adult.
Yeah. Then they'll try to say his mental state. Wasn't. Too serious has to drive.
Okay.
So that's another thing when you want to do your blend it in is like do it at night. Do it with a little bit of mousse, and then let it dry overnight. You know what I mean? And then when you untwist it in the morning, you have a longer twist compared to trying to just doing a little braid, dry braid. You do it with a little bit of mousse.
Okay.
It'll last longer.
Wait, are you talking to me or them?
You.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So like, say you wanted to, make your edges blend.
Yeah.
So add a little mousse.
Okay, because I usually just do it after I wash it. I usually braid it thin. But
That's
I haven't
fine.
added any.
Add a little setting lotion or mousse to it because that's gonna help set it.
Okay.
And then do the little braid or the little twist or whatever you're gonna do with it.
Okay.
And then let it just dry naturally.
Okay.
And by the time you get up and undo it, it should be something that lasts.
Okay. It'll be.
Questions that have been asked, just inform you of some things. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in further hearings or trial on the charges you're facing. So this hearing, we're not going to be questioned about facts and circumstances.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I didn't even take my jacket off. I wasn't even thinking.
No, it was chilly.
It was in the way.
You are currently charged with, and you'll be provided copies of the warrants if you don't already have them. Currently charged with 2 counts of felony murder.
Look at the parents. Girl, they sitting there, they are grieving.
Oh, well, yeah.
4 counts of felony
Like I said, that black lady, she thought her kid was fine.
charged.
I didn't know that.
read
I didn't hear
article.
that
Yeah,
part.
I
Oh,
read
wow.
that article and I was like, oh my gosh, could you imagine?
Like basically saying, no, y'all lying. Because I talked to mine. You got my kid mixed up with somebody else.
Yeah, she was like, my kid, she was telling him, she's like, oh, he's okay. I just need to find him,
Girl, can you imagine what she was going through?
That's insane.
The maximum penalty for each count is up to 30 years.
30 years. Oh, he's doing life too.
Felony involuntary manslaughter. Of course, again, there are 4 counts. The maximum
Yeah, he is definitely just as guilty as that little boy because he's the one who bought the gun and gave it to him. It ain't even like the other parents that just had the gun. You know what I mean? He bought it for the kid.
Can you imagine sitting there watching your TV, drinking on the beer, having a good time, and then all of a sudden, you see there's a school shooting at the same school that your child is going to.
Thank you.
And your man is like, oh my goodness. I know this ain't my son. I hope this ain't my son.
Yeah.
Let me go look and see if this gun is still around the house.
I know.
I know, girl, honestly, let me tell you what I would have did. I would have packed up all my shit. I would have loaded up the car, girl. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. I would have loaded up the car, girl, and I would have hit the road.
Sure.
First of all, the only reason why I would have did that is because I know we just got done talking to the FBI.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, if I didn't know anything, I wouldn't have did it. But I know we just got done talking to the FBI. And so since we talked to the FBI, there is a slim chance that this could be my son. And I'm not going to jail for him.
Thank you.
So I'm about to I'm about to flee. You know, he could do that. He could have did that. He could have fled. And went to across the border.
Thank you.
Or just went to another state and lived in the woods or something. He could. I mean, he literally could have though. He's like, I'm not going to jail for him.
Thank you.
I'm not.
Well, hopefully this stuff is gonna make parents be like a lot more cautious, you know.
And then let's think about the fact too. He literally admitted, like, yeah, I bought it for him for Christmas. Like, you think saying you bought something for somebody for Christmas is gonna be okay? That's not okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they said that teacher, the male teacher, was literally saving somebody else's life.
Oh, wow.
Like he jumped in front of the bullet to save somebody else's life. But one thing they don't want that Uvalde shooting thing to come up, where the officers were scared, remember, to go in. You don't remember that? In Texas.
No, I didn't.
Girl, the Uvalde shooting, girl.
Was that recently?
That was about maybe a year, 2 years ago. Maybe 2 years.
And the police were scared to go in?
All of them was, girl.
Oh,
he had killed like 11. He killed 11 people.
And they standing outside because they're scared to go in.
They would not give the okay to go inside. And finally, somebody said, because even the parents were like, well, y'all want to go in? Fuck it, I'll go in.
I know, that's real.
And they was trying to keep the parents back because the parents was ready. They like,
I'll go get my kid.
I'm going to go in there.
Thank you.
Girl, and sure enough, tell you what happened.
Because that would have been me. I'd have been in there.
Then they showed them in the cameras with the school cameras where they was like bunkering behind some stuff and no, we're going to wait right here. We're going to, girl, they in the fire.
I'm going to look that up.
No, we're going to show you that. Girl, they done, what they call it? They fired the chief of police who was there.
Yeah.
All the officers. And then, girl, they went under, I think 11 minutes had passed.
Dang.
Before somebody.
So he just in there shooting away.
Just shooting away. Shooting up everything, girl.
Unfreaking believable.
He had killed his grandmother before he left.
See, I remember that.
Okay, that was him.
Okay, but I didn't know that they didn't go in there.
They did not go in there.
Oh, dang.
It took a while for them to go in.
Oh, heck no.
Girl, yes, it was crazy.
I remember the kid that killed his grandma before he went.
Yeah, because his grandmother wouldn't buy him a new phone or something like that. Entitled little brats.
Thank you.
Between the evil protecting the children, and we want to include them and save the lives that we saved as well yesterday. So Harper, young person brought a gun into a school.
Girl, and they sued the city. They supposed to be bulldozing the school down.
Oh, that, all those kids killed in there. I wouldn't want
They literally, you could see the officers. The officers were literally, you could tell they were afraid. They were afraid.
Dang.
Some of them were, not all of them, but some of them were. They were afraid of getting shot.
Wow.
going on in our black hole. Well, when you go see those kids, they show people that are hurt.
He just started. Oh, he was a freshman, probably.
I think he said 13-year-old or something.
Let's see. Just turned 14. Oh, nice looking young man.
So these are the ones that survived.
No, he died. That's the boy.
Oh, because they said 9 of them.
No, that's one of the ones that got. That's the boy that got shot.
Oh.
And that's the other boy.
Two teachers who lost their lives were both math instructors. 39-year-old Reeta Ann was also the high school.
So they didn't. Did they show the black kid?
Yeah, they showed him first.
Okay. I'm
You
surprised
didn't
they didn't
see?
say. I'm surprised they didn't say nothing about his mama. I guess because this is more of a remembrance than a.
There you go. They were
See, sir, I told you they were.
A family friend told the New York Times he really enjoyed life. He always had an upbeat attitude about everything.
Yeah, his mama was thinking he was safe. Let's see. Yeah, she was there looking for her kid.
The two teachers who lost their lives were both math instructors. 39-year-old Reeta Ann was also the high school football team's defense coordinator. The husband and father of two little girls who remember as someone who was kind-hearted and hardworking. 53-year-old Christian Jeremy, an algebra teacher, also died from gunshot wounds. The native of Romania was active in the Romanian community and worked as a dancer.
Looked like his mama called the school trying to warn them.
Who mama?
It says mother of Georgia's shooting suspect said she called school before attack.
Well, she must have called him from jail.
That's what they're saying.
I mean, she can call from jail, but she must have.
Yeah, said she called minutes before shooting.
Or make I see if she's still incarcerated, because she might be out. But
There's
I know
a picture of her. She got on orange suit.
Yeah.
So let me see. Mother told she reached out to school Wednesday morning, warning of an emergency.
Which month?
It said the mother of the Georgia suspect.
She knew something. She knew something.
Yeah, the mother of the
Maybe she called and spoke to him and said, hey, you know, on your first day of school, you know, call collect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He probably was like, I'm gonna kill him. I'll kill him today.
Said she on the morning of the attack, she called on the morning of the attack, warning of an extreme emergency.
Ain't that something? So she must have talked to her son to know something.
Yeah, she called the school. She called the school at 9:50 that morning.
When was the shooting?
At 10:20.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Well, the reports of the shooting came in at 10:20. The first report. So they knew he was doing it. Something ain't right. Yeah, something ain't right.
Okay, what's that showing there? Is that the mother?
Yeah, see, and they're talking about her calling.
Okay, hold on. Let me rewind that and turn that one up, because it says something about the mother.
Yeah, she called.
So what exactly was the motive behind such a destructive and heinous act of violence? That's what investigators are trying to figure out right now. It appears Gray had a troubling home life growing up. He was living with his father, Colin, while his mother, Marcy, lived with her parents hours away in Fitzgerald, Georgia. Gray's mom, Marcy, has a criminal history dating back to 2007. She was sentenced to jail last December, around the time it's believed Colin Gray bought his son an AR-15 style weapon.
She just went to jail in December. You put your glasses on?
Oh.
Yeah, she just went to jail in December. She ain't been living with them for a minute.
Yeah. She went to jail around the same time he bought him the gun.
Gray pled guilty to counts of using a license plate to conceal identity, damage to property, and trespassing/family violence. Marcy was sentenced to 5 years in jail, but only served 46 days before she was released on probation. She had to take part in a family violence intervention program and not use drugs or alcohol. But then in April of this year, Marcy was charged in connection with a case of aggravated battery of a 73-year-old woman. She allegedly threw the woman against the wall, broke a mirror in her home, and tied the woman's hands and feet to keep her from leaving. She reportedly has not yet been indicted in that case and was released on bond. Marcy has previously said on her LinkedIn page that she was a victim of domestic abuse at the hands of her husband. Court records show she had been banned from contacting Colin Gray without some sort of third-party intermediary being involved. A neighbor who lived next door to the Grays at their home in Jefferson, Georgia, back in 2022, said she would hear screaming and yelling all the time, and that sometimes Marcy would watch children outside. She also claimed to the New York Post that she would sometimes find Marcy passed out behind the wheel of her car in the driveway. Neighbors near the Grays' current home in Winder say they mostly kept to themselves. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports that Marcy Gray was sued by a Chevrolet dealership in 2019. She reportedly bought a Chevy Suburban using a $10,000 check as a down payment, but the check bounced. Marcy was ordered to pay the dealership around $19,000, which included the money initially owed, plus interest and attorney fees. As news started to come out about the shooting at Appalachia High, the alleged shooter's aunt and Marcy's sister, Annie Pujones Brown, started writing on Facebook, and her post immediately went viral.
Annie's sister.
A now deleted post said in part, quote, "I am not scared. I will not back down. I will not disrespect other parents and families that are dealing with this tragedy on the opposite end. They did not deserve this. With that said, I will not leave my nephew standing alone. When Uvalde happened, I told my own children only hurt people hurt
when
people.
Uvalde
I
happened,
did everything I could to fight for my nephew. I will take care of my nephew and what he needs on this side. Just check yourself before you speak about a child that never asked to deal with the BS he saw on a daily basis." Pujones Brown.
So now he the victim.
Thank you.
In the comments, and she soon deleted the post. Meantime, within hours,
They tore her ass up and
I bet you they did.
Atlanta field office released information about school shooting threats made in May of last year.
I thought they said something about the mom contacting the school when
I know. I was well. I don't know, but so the aunt got on the bandwagon was defending
him.
Yeah. So I don't know if I don't know.
I thought that I thought I heard them say that the mom had called the school. Is what I thought I heard her say, but she didn't mention it when you rewound.
No, they didn't. But then they said that I didn't know that the mom's sister was involved.
But I didn't either.
They saying that she.
We got our hands on the Jackson County investigative report about the conversation.
This is more detailed. This particular.
As his father, Colin. The FBI had gotten a tip that someone planned to shoot up a middle school the next day. The info came from a user on a Discord chat. Discord is an online platform mainly used by video gamers to live stream. Investigators were able.
So what they saying is somebody from that video game
also contacted them. Sounds like
how many warnings do we gotta give you?
I would
at least
don't come to school today until it's investigated. They got it. They said they got it called the day before. Isn't that what it said?
Investigators were able to connect the account to an email address linked to Colt. I responded to this address and spoke with Colin Gray and his 13-year-old son, Colt. Colin stated that he does not know what Discord is, stating that he works full-time and does not play video games. Colin allowed me to speak with Colt. Colt stated he used to have a Discord account, but deleted it prior to moving from their previous address.
They just moved.
Colt expressed concern that someone is accusing him of threatening to shoot up a school, stating that he would never say such a thing, even in a joking manner. Colin informed me that he does have firearms in the house, but that they are hunting rifles. He stated Colt is allowed to use them when supervised.
So they was interviewed since they moved. They just moved.
This was
and he lied. He said they only had hunting guns in the house.
Yeah.
And that Colin was only allowed to use them with supervision.
Yeah.
You bought him. He didn't say. He never told them he had bought him that AR-14.
Yeah. Now, unless this interview was before.
Well, I thought they just interviewed him in April, or was
April,
or was it April of last year?
Oh, That's a good one.
Was it April
Was
this
it
year?
April? Oh,
or
yeah,
last
I don't
year?
know.
From Colt for Christmas last year.
Last year. Okay, so if he said he bought the gun for Christmas last year, then it had to be this April. Oh, let me rewind.
Wait, yeah,
Because she said, this is the interview. They got the interview. This is the tip.
The info came from a user on a Discord chat. Discord is an online platform mainly used by video gamers to live stream. Investigators were able to connect the account to an email address linked to Colt. I responded to this address and spoke with Colin Gray and his 13-year-old son, Colt.
He was 13 at the time.
He was 13.
So that was a while ago.
Okay.
Stating that he works full-time and does not play video games. Colin allowed me to speak with Colt. Colt stated he used to have a Discord account, but deleted it prior to moving from their previous address. Colt expressed concern that someone is accusing him of threatening to shoot up a school, stating that he would never say such a thing, even in a joking manner. Colin informed me that he does have firearms in the house, but that they are hunting rifles. He stated Colt is allowed to use them when supervised, but he does not have unfettered access to them. This was prior to Colin allegedly purchasing a rifle from Colt for Christmas last year.
So
Right.
before he,
A
okay.
school shooting threat to multiple IP addresses all over the country. Because that exact source of the threat couldn't be identified, neither Colt nor Colin Gray were detained. The Sheriff's Office report states, at this time, due to the inconsistent nature of the information received by the FBI, the allegation that Colt or Colin is the user behind the Discord account that made the threat cannot be substantiated. This case will be exceptionally cleared. As law enforcement dealt with the mayhem and uncertainty surrounding the shooting at Appalachia High School, other North Georgia school districts were dealing with threats of their own. In one case, Gainesville police arrested a 14-year-old, charging him with making a terroristic threat and disrupting operation of a public school after an alleged threat started circulating on social media. Officials in Athens, Clark County also announced they had a person in custody for hoax threats. This one, a 12-year-old.
What in the world?
Girl, that's what I'm saying. What is going on with these kids nowadays?
There were rumors in the hours after the attack that there was more than one shooter and that they planned to target as many schools as possible. In fact, another teen in Jackson County, where Colt Gray lived until
See, that's what I'm like scared. I'm almost ready to pull my kid out and send him to homeschooling.
Deputies tracked the student down and arrested him.
So they
even
just
think
said
about
they just,
stuff like that as kids.
right. So it was a conspiracy, like it was more kids, like all the kids came together
yeah.
and said we're gonna do it on this day.
Mm-hmm.
And then because they said a student from his old school was on the school bus and said he's gonna finish the job. They arrested him.
Oh.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, they just said it. They just said the student from his old school.
The names of schools. There were rumors in the hours after the attack that there was
After
more
the
than
attack.
one shooter and that they planned to target as many schools as possible. In fact, another teen in Jackson County, where Colt Gray lived until recently, was heard saying on a school bus that he planned to, quote, finish the job. Deputies tracked the student down.
See,
and arrested him.
I didn't read that right.
Tracked him down and arrested him.
Good.
Which
Because
means
he talked about he finishing the job.
and you know this boy because
Thank
he used
you.
to go to that school. And now so I think it was a conspiracy.
It sounded like
That's
it.
why they knew
Because
so
they
many-
said they plan to do as many schools as possible.
And the only way, and that's what I was thinking, like, how do you think you're gonna get out of this school and then go to the other schools? But really, it was multiple
a group of them.
kids
Yep.
who had planned this.
Yep.
Detention center as Colt. The sheriff said those rumors were unfounded and it appeared Colt Gray was the lone perpetrator. A second vigil is planned for Friday night at a park in Winder. Grief counselors are expected to be there to help anyone who might need it. Of course, we'll continue to follow this case closely and bring you the latest. That does it for this episode of Sidebar. You can watch more episodes and subscribe to us anywhere you get your...
Yeah, there's a conspiracy going on.
That's
here.
what it sounded like. Because they said they plan on hitting as many schools as possible.
And now it makes sense. How do you do that? How do you hit that many schools? Only way you can hit
you're a group.
Unless you're a group.
See, that's some crazy. I seriously, these younger kids scare me because they have no remorse for the crap they do, and everything is a game. So that's the
This is Uvalde.
Okay.
And here go the timeline. This is the timeline. The police who botched, this is it. Police who botched the shooting. Yeah, this is it. And they had a timeline that they did not even.
Wow.
Nearly 1 year after the slaying of 19 students and 2 teachers
That was
at Robb
19
Elementary School
students.
in Uvalde, Texas, victims' families and survivors have not seen the kind of justice and accountability they hoped for.
We're here for the children.
Families live alongside the responding officers who have faced no consequences, despite playing crucial roles in the disastrous police response.
We have to walk past all that, and who's been held accountable? Who's been fired? These kids are dead.
I think 11 was killed and the rest was injured.
Nearly 400 officers responded.
400 officers,
Damn. Only
damn.
a small fraction have been fired or suspended. Much of the attention has been focused on Pete Arredondo, the former chief of the Uvalde Police Department. He was fired from his job and has been repeatedly singled out as the primary culprit in the failed response.
He was scared to die.
Arredondo has denied taking on the role of incident commander that day. The Washington Post conducted a months-long investigation to reveal that several other senior or supervising officers, not just Arredondo, played integral roles in the failures that day. The Post identified at least 7 officers who knew there was shooting in classrooms but failed to immediately stop the gunman, even as evidence mounted that children and teachers were inside.
Ain't that something?
Dang.
Some were the first to
I
arrive
had
on the
no
scene.
idea that happened.
Others were specifically called upon to intervene. All remain on the force. The investigation examines the role each of these officers played in the deadly delay. Through the review of post-action interviews
That's the key
and
word,
dozens of
deadly
hours of
delay.
body-camera
Yeah.
footage. We
Because a
interviewed
lot of
law
those kids
enforcement
could've been
experts,
spared.
read multiple active shooter training policies, and obtained exclusive licensing and training records. The minute-by-minute account shows how these officers violated decades-old police protocols to immediately stop an active shooter.
Now, do you want me to untwist you or leave it twisted?
It can stay twisted.
Okay.
Unless you need it for your
No,
video.
no.
If you need it for your video, then do it.
No. If you're gonna not untwist it till you go to work, that'd be even
about a
better.
traffic accident involving
Just
a
a
man
few
with
more
a
minutes
gun
and under
near
the dryer
Robb
for you.
Elementary.
I have a caller advising male subject has a gun.
At 11:31, video recorded by the funeral home across from Robb captures the officer driving towards a school a minute after the shooter walks onto campus.
See that?
We identified 7 distinct times that the gunman opened fire on campus during his more than hour-long rampage. The first burst goes off.
He had a
at
whole hour
11:31
of
Yes,
p.m.
girl, an hour.
The gunman walks toward the school's west entrance.
Look at the timeline.
Girl.
Gunshots.
Uvalde Police Sergeant Daniel Coronado is one of the first 4 officers to respond to Robb. He parks near the school and takes cover from the sound of gunfire outside. Uvalde police policy states
Really?
that ideally, the first 2 to 5 officers should form a team to enter the building and, quote, stop the violence.
Wow.
At least 3 officers, Coronado
See 'em, they down there.
and Uvalde Police
They
Department,
over there.
are together just outside school grounds
That's a team.
before the shooter
Wow.
enters the building at 11:33
Before.
a.m. In the post review of dozens of hours of video and radio communications from the day, no one is heard explicitly taking command. Not in those crucial first moments, and
Wow.
not for the entire 77 minutes the gunman was inside the building.
77 minutes.
In room 109, Elsa Avila, a 4th grade teacher, hears a female voice saying, "Get in your rooms." She immediately locks her classroom door.
So we all ran to the opposite corner in the room, away from the door, the windows.
The gunman enters the building and fires into classrooms 111 and 112. In room 111, teacher Arnulfo Reyes tells his students to hide under their desks.
I looked to the door and I saw a shadow standing there, and then I just saw the fire of the gun, and I got hit, and I went to the ground. After I had fallen, he came around. And he shot
Which
the
one was
students
this? I need to put
that
that
were
on my
gonna take
phone.
I'll share
Outside the
with you.
school,
Okay.
Coronado, thinking that the shooter was trying to escape police by running through the school building, tries to intercept him on the other side of campus.
So immediately I jumped back in my Tahoe and took off.
After parking his vehicle on the east end of the school, but seeing no sign of the shooter there, Coronado runs back to the west side.
What?
In front of Coronado is Pete Arredondo, school district police chief at the time.
Come on. See, at that moment, you be thinking like you, come on, let's get him.
Yeah.
Be careful. He might be in that building.
Inside rooms 111 and 112, the gunman...
See, Cornado's over there.
You've only they're saying that he's possibly in the building on the...
Gunfire.
Oh, shit, shots fired! Get inside! Go, go, go!
A bullet
running away.
travels through the walls and hits Avila
Where you
in
running to?
109 as she tries to calm her students.
And as I stood up,
It hits her.
I felt the gun.
It went through the walls.
Damn.
And then I yelled, "Oh no, I'm shot." And was anybody else hurt? And the kid said no. So I picked up my phone and I started to text that I was shot right, that I needed help.
Coronado enters the hallway. In front of Coronado are two other supervisors, Arredondo and
Y'all are there.
Donald Page.
They heard the shot. Let's find him.
On the other side of the hallway are a handful of officers, including two supervisors, Uvalde Police Lieutenant Javier Martinez.
Girl, they giving names and addresses.
And Uvalde Police Sergeant Eduardo Canales.
These people are all still on the force.
The officers take up positions with their guns drawn. Martinez, Page, and Canales stand closest to the rooms.
Look at that. They already there. Okay, y'all, we are finishing up today, and thank y'all so much for tuning in. She's going to leave her hair twisted, so I'm not going to untwist. Look at that. Look at him.
Martinez and Canales are injured
Anyway,
by fragments
we're
of
going to go
buildings.
ahead and wrap it up. This was like a touch-up for her Brazilian knots. She has Brazilian knots, and in those Brazilian knots, we just did a touch-up relaxer. It's been have you had a touch-up since we did those 3 months? This is her first touch-up in 3 months. You don't have to leave the relaxer on super long to where it's like super bone straight, because the texture here she has is like a curly texture, so you want it to blend. And then I colored her roots so that they're no longer gray. We just did a little touch-up on the color. So yeah. All right, so tune in to my next client, and I have one coming soon.
Catastrophic event happened, who would you want to be there? And you take that list, and all those guys were there.
You should have did that one.